Greetings, my name is Tim Johnson. This is Recovery, Strength, Hope and Courage. Yeah, I've been away for about 10 days or so, I suppose. As some of you may have noticed, that's because my wife has been visiting me over here in Spain. I've had a lovely 10 days together, and I feel really blessed that she wants to make the journey over here, which shows how far I've come, I suppose, and the reason for making this video. Two reasons really. One is that I want to just throw out some encouragement to a few people who have been really struggling recently, and people with long-term sobriety who have hit what I call the fuck it button, and life, as it does to all of us, has got on top of them, and circumstances and etc. have led them back to drinking again. And fortunately, the people I'm talking about haven't gone onto what I call a roller coaster and back on that hamster wheel of addiction again. They've just stopped again, which is great, and they're back on the path to sobriety again. But obviously, the problems that they've had that have driven them there are still around. And I just want to throw out some encouragement, really, because obviously we all know how difficult it is. And a few years ago, so 3 years ago for me, well, 3.5 years ago, I suppose, I was living in a very tiny one-bedroomed house in Tamworth in the Midlands, freezing cold, because I couldn't afford to put any money in the meter. This isn't a sob story, by the way, this is just fact. No job. I'd had my hip operation. I couldn't get a job, so I was living off benefits. My family didn't want to know me. Wife didn't want to. Would probably visit once in a while just to see that I was still alive. Probably. I can't blame any of them. One daughter was travelling around the world. The other daughter was living in London, and I never saw them. And they didn't contact me very often because of the state I was in. I was severely addicted to opiates and severely alcohol dependent, in a mess, living in this small one-bedroomed house with no money, not eating properly, no prospects. I thought no hope. Tried obviously numerous times. If you look back at my life story, you'll see that, and I'll tell this story in more detail. But really, the reason why I'm saying this is because 3.5 years later, I find myself here in Spain. A set of circumstances arose. There was no plan to do this. There was no plan to move over here. I was still in a mess when I came over, and I was still a mess for a long time when I was over here. But here I am now, just over 18 and a half months sober. My family want to know me again. They want to spend time with me. My wife wants to spend time with me again. We laughed a lot while she was here. My daughters contact me daily, and I see them a lot. They come and stay over here with me now, happily, relaxed. They tell me how proud they are of me, which is priceless. And also, my oldest daughter in 6 weeks gets married, and I shall be going back to England to proudly lead her down the aisle in the church and give her away to her future husband. And who would have thought? Who would have thought she would never have wanted that? 3.5 years ago, I couldn't see that. I was in a pit of despair, no way out. I thought no way out. There was no way for me to. And here I am now. I've managed to I work. I volunteer. I have money coming in anyway for work I do. I'm no longer on benefits. We own this apartment together through a set of circumstances. My life is full, and my life is blessed and good because of sobriety, because of many things, but because most of all, ultimately, because I stopped drinking and stopped taking drugs. And the journey is documented in the 100 videos that I have on this channel. And please subscribe and please like if you find them useful. But the message I have for those people who are really struggling and who have slipped a little, all I would like is not to beat yourself up about it. Life happens around you, you know, and there is a way out. And if you keep doing the right things and you keep staying strong and you keep yourself disciplined and head down, the good things will come to you. Try gratitude, try service. All these things will bring in self-worth to you. Exercise, diet, continue the discipline. It's so hard sometimes because life happens, shit happens around you, and family things happen, and relationships break up, and you lose jobs and you lose security, and all the time you're battling at the same time with your sobriety, and all the old thoughts start to try and creep back in your brain again, as they do, because that's how your brain works. But you've got to. There is not one good thing that will come from your drinking. As those people who did slip know that, because otherwise you would have carried on. You know that slip didn't solve anything or do you any good. It just made you feel worse and amplified the bad feelings and damaged you and damaged your health and made you more black and more black mood, and it just doesn't work. Keep on the path. Keep pushing, never give up. It's better to die on your feet than live on your knees, I always say. And that's such a true saying, because I never wanted to live on my knees anymore after all the years I did. And you shouldn't, because all of you out there are still struggling. A lot of you are still young with all your lives ahead of you. Don't give up. Fall down 7 times, get up 8 times, as the old saying goes. Keep fighting and keep strong, because it gets better and better and better, and you'll get through those dark times, because life is good on the other side and the happiness is inside you. And why let this shit beat you, and why let life beat you? You know, hold your head up high and have pride and have self-respect, and good things will come to you. They will. It's just a fact of the universe. It will happen. So my love goes out to those people who are struggling, and the message is, life can be great again, and life is good and will be good again. Just get your heads down and start again, and start on that path again. Look after your bodies, look after your mind, look after yourselves, and care for those around you. Love yourself, love others. And I'm not trying to be trite or anything with this message. It's just true. It's just a fact. It's what's worked for me anyway after 40 years of addiction. So keep going and never give up, because life will be good again. As far as this channel goes, I'll keep making the videos when inspiration takes me, if you like, or there's something to talk about. In the meantime, please, if you want me to, I don't consider myself a doctor or an expert. What I do consider myself is that I'm a gainer of knowledge. I've always loved soaking up knowledge, and I have a very retentive mind, even after all the damage I've done it. And I learn every day. I study every day, and I learn about subjects every day, particularly around addiction and recovery and self-development and all of that sort of stuff, and diet and exercise, etc., etc., etc. So if you have any questions, or there are any videos you would like me to make on a particular subject, or share information with you, or share it privately or on this channel, then I'm more than happy to do that. The email is underneath on the show more bit of this. And in the meantime, please subscribe and watch my other videos, because there are 100 of them, and they follow the journey, and they perhaps show how far I've come along this way. And as I say, please, those of you out there struggling, just hold on. It's what someone said to me in rehab once. Just hold on, because every second you hold on, life gets better, and the problems get less and less and less, and it gets easier to deal with them as well. The more self-discipline, the further you are into recovery, not easy is the wrong word, but the more able you are to cope with your emotions. And I've got videos on here to learn how to deal with emotions and crisis and all that sort of stuff. So please have a look, or just gain some knowledge on the internet. There's plenty of knowledge out there, but please don't give up, and please don't slip back, because it's just not worth it. It doesn't work. You know that, and I know that, certainly. So much love to you all. Stay strong, and don't forget, the message I always send at all of these videos is that consciousness and life every precious moment is so, we're so blessed to have it. So seize the day, carpe diem. Life is good. Love you all. Bye bye.